Hello? 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 Hi, I'm Fluke the Husky. Welcome to my channel. This week I had a lot of subjects that I wanted to do, but I did not know how to make them. I've literally been sitting here for about 10 minutes, just like staring at the wall, like trying to figure out how I'm going to shoot this video. A lot of things have just been going on in the world, and honestly, I feel like I just want to sit down in front of a camera and speak my mind. This isn't a drama video or anything, don't worry, but I don't always want to be that husky that is always just so happy-go-lucky that everything else in the world that's going on is completely forgotten about. I don't want to be that person. There's a person underneath this dog, Husky, Fursuit, and I feel all of the emotions that everyone else is feeling during this pandemic. So all of us have been inside, sitting alone, not being able to hang out with friends or socialize if you're being a good person and not going out and socializing. And we have kind of been sitting here with our thoughts. Like a lot of us, we just can't escape our thoughts. And I think a lot of us are discovering that it's very difficult to escape our thoughts. Maybe some of us are thinking like, maybe I have anxiety or something. And maybe this is just something that has just happened. Like this whole time I have not had these problems before, but now suddenly I'm feeling all of these emotions. And I think that's happening to everyone across the globe, because we don't have the opportunity to be able to go out with friends and say what's on our mind, or like have the physical contact needed to like give someone a hug and have them like be right there and tell us it's okay. We're literally just stuck inside with our thoughts, and it's a very difficult thing to go through. So I feel like it's just important for me to speak to you as a person, because I'm a person too, with just as valid feelings as you have. I guess I just wanted to address a lot of the things that have just been like circling in my brain that I haven't really been able to just talk about. You know, I feel like the reason I have a YouTube channel is I want to be able to have the ability to stand on a platform and talk to people about how I'm feeling. Ugh, anxieties, man. So I guess like one of the thoughts that's been circling through my mind is I guess where I would like my content to go. I don't know if you guys have seen, but it's blown up like a lot bigger than I was expecting. But I mean, I also understand that I make my videos very, you know, ADD and very explosive and like lots of effects and catchy music and big smiling blue husky face. Like who wouldn't subscribe to that, right? But the reason why I'm making these videos is because that's the kind of stuff that I like to see on YouTube myself. So I was like, oh, that's a niche. You know what? I'm going to start doing that myself. And I didn't really have like an initial aim for my content or anything. I was just like, I just want to make cute dog content. So I started to do that. And I know that I loved dancing. So I wanted to like make a bunch of videos of me dancing. So that was what I did. Like when I had my Twitter and everything, I was always posting like my social life and stuff that I was doing and my dancing and everything. And I started getting some people following me that were like really interested in my dancing and in my personality, because we've like hung out in real life at Frolic or something. And that was a good time. I really enjoyed that. Now moving on to the YouTube chapter, where I'm no longer like going out to Frolic and meeting new people and dancing and everything. I'm more focused on making videos. That's actually drawing in a whole new batch of different kinds of followers. I think the first thing that I noticed from the popularity from YouTube was I was posting like a freestyle dancing video of me on Twitter or something. And I got in a couple comments that are like, oh, that's what you look like out of suit? And I'm like, that's kind of an interesting thing to say. Like, this is my Twitter. Of course, I post videos like this all the time. I posted one like this last week. But then I started to realize that, oh, I think there's like a shift in the way that people see me now. They no longer see me as like this, I don't know, this dancing husky that goes out to the club and flirts with everyone, because that's what I used to do. Now I'm kind of put up on this pedestal because I have this big platform that I can you know, say whatever I want. And honestly, it's a lot of kids that have come and followed my Twitter and followed my YouTube and everything. And a lot of them are like asking me for advice and everything. And me looking into it, you know, I'm a mid-20s dude, right? And I'm still trying to figure out life for myself. Coming from a place where I'm just like making content for fun to making content for fun, but also you should probably watch what you're saying and don't say anything too not safe for work, or else you might corrupt some kids. That's a pretty big difference, right? So I think the mentality of shifting from that old self where I felt like I could kind of say whatever I want and do whatever I want, to this new self where I have to kind of be on my toes and be careful, and there's always like messages of people like maybe complaining about a certain video that I did where I talked about bad dragon lube or something, and always nervous about taking down certain things, and there's a change, and I definitely notice it. As time moves on and more followers come to my Twitter from my YouTube, I feel like it's beginning to get less and less like I am a real person, and more of like I'm like this entertainer, you know, like this entertainer on television. And I've stayed up lots of nights just thinking about this, just like, is that really what I want to do? Do I want to be an entertainer for a television, or do I want to be some 20-something-year-old dude who just likes posting stuff on YouTube and not really caring about who sees it? I think that's a lot of things that you have to think about when you want to make content on YouTube or on Twitter or anywhere in general. Once it starts catching attention, that's when you have to start thinking, okay, what if this gets like the wrong attention? What if something that I said in the past comes off the wrong way, and now all of a sudden I'm facing all of these consequences from people like leaving comments about, oh, I can't believe you said this like 3 or 4 years ago. Because I feel like the pace that I'm going at right now, I'm a little bit nervous that it's going to happen like that. My favorite YouTuber, Jenna Marbles, actually just recently stepped down from YouTube because of this. She used to make a lot of content that was just like, I guess, her having a good time, but also kind of on the boundaries of being very racist or like making fun of certain types of people and whatnot. These were videos that she made like 8 to 10 years ago. And she's actually had those videos privatized for quite a long time now because of how offensive they came off. But she just recently released a video where she was just down to earth and apologizing for all of the mistakes that she made in the past. And if she offended anyone, that was not her intention. So she decided to step down from YouTube. And yeah, that was a really difficult video to see, especially knowing that she's no longer coming back to YouTube because of it. It makes me really think about, I guess, the culture of the internet. The internet will always keep accountable of you, regardless of what you post, forever. And that thought is just so incredibly daunting to me, and it's been keeping me up at night. And I think I always want to maintain this persona of I make whatever I want, and you know, if there's consequences, then so be it. But I definitely am very conscious over what it is that I make and whether or not it comes off as offensive to anyone. If there's ever any content that I make in the past or now or in the future that comes off as offensive, please know that is every intention of mine to try to make everyone happy. The content that I make is never to put anyone down, and I feel like that needs to be said early on in the game, before anything happens. I think that was one of the biggest anxiety things that I've been thinking about lately. It is really awesome that my channel has been growing like this, and I'm very thankful for every single one of you. I don't know how else to say it. It kind of feels unreal. I guess that's where I'm getting at. And I'm trying to adjust to it as fast as I can, but I don't think that I'm adjusting fast enough. I feel like for one person, it's kind of scary to undergo. Especially knowing that now there's expectations for me, you know, or at least I feel like there's expectations. Like, oh, you can't say, you know, you can't talk about bad dragon lube or bad dragon because there's so many kids following your content, or like you can't like not safe for work stuff on your Twitter because there's so many kids following your content, or you can't follow this person or you can't follow that person because they make not safe for work art, and it's not good because there's so many kids following your content. I don't want that. I don't want those boundaries, but I understand that they need to be there because now I have a huge voice and I have to watch what I say. And I don't know, I feel like people could be on both sides of the argument, you know? Should Fluke make like whatever he wants, or should Fluke cater more towards the safer work audience, because now all of a sudden that's where his audience is coming from. I don't know, what do you guys think? Like, if you were in my position and you've been making content, you know, that you've wanted up to this point, would you be afraid of backlash because of stuff that might offend a certain subgroup of people? I think I'm trying to make my way through this journey at my own pace. I can't do everything at once because I have tried, But I think there's a lot of adjusting that needs to happen for me. And if there's any point in time at which I slip up or mess up, just know that I'm sorry. Like I don't intend for any of that to happen. I want to make content that's that'll make you feel good, you know? Good, happy content. I don't plan on it to be completely wholesome. I don't know, I feel like you can make content that can be aimed towards a specific group of people. Like when I started my YouTube. I wanted to make a YouTube channel for people around my age, you know, in their 20s. But things have definitely changed because a lot of my audience are, you know, teenagers to, you know, early 20s now. So I'm just trying to traverse the changes. So yeah, I don't mean this video to be all about like, oh, I want to talk about my anxieties and then put anxieties onto you. Like that's not my intention. I just want to, I guess, clear the air and say that, hey, I'm a person too. I have feelings. I want to talk about them. Gosh dang it. I've been stuck inside all day for several months, like the rest of you. And it's given me a lot of time of reflection and to think about where I'm at and where I want to be. There was one more thing that I want to talk about. And I just wanted to say how thankful I am to the fandom in general for getting me to this place that I am today. You know, the furry fandom was something that I thought was kind of hidden away and that it was a kink that you shouldn't really express to anyone else. You should just kind of put it in a box in the corner. But then I discovered YouTube and other furry YouTubers and people like watching this kind of stuff. And that's really cool. So to all my friends who have helped me along my YouTube journey, all the people that I've collaborated with, I just want to say thank you. Because you've encouraged me to keep going and keep doing the stuff that I'm doing, regardless of all these anxieties that I just listed earlier in this video. I really do appreciate any of the other furry YouTubers that reach out to me and say, hey, you're doing a good job, keep going. You know, that really does mean the world to me because I don't know, I don't really know what I'm doing. It's all new ground for me. And I also just wanted to thank the furry fandom in general because this is the most accepting and understanding group of people that I've ever met. I wouldn't be where I am today without the acceptance of the fandom. I probably wouldn't have moved to California. I would still probably be in the Air Force in South Dakota, you know, doing the job because it pays the bills. But the fandom really showed me that there's fun and exciting people out there that are into the same stuff as I am. You just gotta go out and find them. But yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about this video. I just want to say that I'm a person and I want to talk about my feelings and I have anxieties just like everybody else. And now that I've shared them with you, you can share my pain. Or maybe you can understand a little bit more of like, I'm not always this happy-go-lucky dude, right? I have just as many problems as everyone else. It's just, I guess it's in a different ballpark. Oh, I also want to mention, Ash Coyote made a documentary on the furry fandom called The Fandom, and it was premiered I think on July 3rd. You should definitely go check it out. I'm gonna put a link in the description. Grab your friends, grab your non-furry friends, grab your family, sit down, watch this documentary because it is really powerful and it is very educational. And it's just a great film. Like I'm really glad that they made it. But yeah, I think that's it. Just wanted to step back and kind of put the spotlight on some other people this video. I'm not sure if all my videos are going to be this personal. I just feel like it's important to have one of these videos every once in a while. So you know who I am, that I'm not just this entertainer on television, right? This is YouTube. It's a very personal kind of a thing. But yeah, thank you for watching my content, everyone. If you like what you saw, do the subscribing thing and like the video, whatever works. I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.